Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hot Trends Entertainment. It's buzzing in the air. Hold up, let me spell it for you. So, Twitter has been buzzing because of a question that was asked by MacG in his podcast when he had an interview with Lennox. He actually asked Ari a question, asking her, "Are you being fucked? Is there anyone fucking you good?" As per her song, because her song is written that, saying that if you really love me, I'll fuck you good, fuck you good, fuck you good, treat you how you should, ain't no baby you love. So MacG asked the question in the following interview. Everyone, please watch it.
Who we at right now? Is someone fucking you good right now? Are you
Oh
getting
my
married?
God. Whoa there. I'm not having, whoa, that's a wild question. Why that way? Why ask it that way? Whoa.
Because that's what you say in the song, you know what I mean? I love that part.
When did I say that? I said it in the song?
Yeah, don't you remember the song?
I do, but I didn't, oh, I guess I did say that. I did say that. Okay. All right. Let me, okay, you caught me off guard there, but, I did say that, but no, I'm chilling. I'm not messing with anyone.
All right, cool.
I hate this stigma that people put on sex, and it's not nasty. It's why we're here. Like, be grateful, weirdos that find sex this weird, freaking bad thing. It's a beautiful thing, and it's just like, I'm a nasty girl. Like, I don't mind. Like, I have fun, and it's fun, and ain't nothing wrong with that. A beautifully nasty girl. Like, it is what it is.
Yes, we covered here on Higher Learning the interview between Ari Lennox and South African podcaster MacG that Ari Lennox said went off the rails and caused so much discussion on social media last week. Something amazing happened when I went to my DMs. I saw some correspondence from this guy who is actually a huge podcaster down there in his home country of South Africa. MacG himself reached out, and we were able to put this together to get his take on what happened between him and Ari Lennox. Now, of course, you guys have heard the name. The name of the podcast is Podcast and Chill. He is also at a staple at Johannesburg's #1 hit music station, 94.9. Is it 94.7? 94.7?
Yeah, 94.7. Yeah.
94.7, where he hosts weeknights 10 to 1. And a dance show on Saturday, they're working this guy a lot, but we want to talk to him about his thoughts on the fallout from the Ari Lennox thing. MacG coming all the way in from South Africa, our home. MacG, how you doing, brother?
I'm getting you, Van. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you guys so much for having me. Okay. I'm glad, decided to hit me up, man.
Yeah, no problem. So Rachel's got the first question. Rachel, take it away.
I mean, obviously, MacG, I'm just going to start with the obvious question. Is someone fucking you good right now?
Touche. Too soon.
I mean, are you going to answer? Is it too soon? You going to answer?
No,
was that too much? Was it too much? Was it too much of a question?
No, someone is fucking me real good right now.
Okay. Well, good for you. My question is, okay, I'm not going to ask you whether or not you feel like you had the right to ask Ari Lennox that question. I'm not going to ask that because it seems from what I've read on you, clearly you felt like you were well within your rights. Seeing as it happened, do you want to take the time in any way to apologize to Ari Lennox because of the fact that the question bothered her so much, it made her feel so uncomfortable? Now you know exactly how it made her feel. Do you feel like you owe her an apology?
Definitely, 100%, man. I think and in the beginning, I didn't see anything wrong with what I said. But after watching, your podcast last week with Rachel and watching Charlemagne's Breakfast Club and the comments that they were saying about this whole thing, I actually sat back. I'm like, you know what? Actually, they're onto something, especially Rachel, because I think for me, I was looking in terms of if it's in a lyric, then, I can ask whatever it is, nothing's off limits. But I think what I learned from this is that it's not about what you're asking, it's how you ask it, because as someone who prides himself in my craft and my podcast, like I do a lot of extensive research before I do any interviews. And for that one, it was very weird, man. Like I got a call from her label, and they're like, "Yo, want to do this interview with Lennox?" And to be honest with you, I didn't really know who she was. The only time I heard of her was when she did a track with Nasty C, who's a South African hip hop artist, right? So that's the only time I heard of her. So I didn't really know much about her, and I literally had like an hour to do research on Lennox. So I went on my laptop, went on Google, YouTube, and the first thing I see is a Tiny Desk performance. So when I watched that, she's performing a song where she's talking about "I'll fuck you good, I'll fuck you good." I forgot the name of the song. So I'm like, oh wow, this is dope. Here's a female artist who's sounds very sexually liberated. And if you watch my podcast, like we always delve into sex and sex questions, and obviously not that raw. There's a bit more tact that goes into the questions. But there, I was like, oh, okay, cool. I guess we can just go cold turkey on this, and that's what I did. And then after the interview, she asked for some stuff to be removed, which I did remove. So when she was tweeting and saying that I didn't remove any of the stuff that she asked for, I found that very disingenuous, because we did. And I think if we're to upload some of the stuff that we did remove, then she probably I don't know, maybe cry real tears, because like I found it very disingenuous of her to say that we didn't remove those things, because we sent to the her and the team the episode, and they approved it, and then we uploaded it.
Mac, I just want to follow up real quick. You sure you're not American? You did a good job of apologizing to her and then kicking her back in the same answer right there. That was very suave of you. I can't let you get away with that though. She says that she asked for some stuff to be removed. Did they tell you specifically what they wanted removed? Or did she say that she wants some stuff removed and then assume that you will remove? Because obviously she was obviously blindsided. She's right. Ari is not going to make that up. She was obviously blindsided when that interview came out.
Yeah, no, they told me exactly what to remove, and we did remove that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's stuff that we removed that if we go up right now, like it'd be even cause more chaos, right? Because that's what we do with everybody that we interview. We give them the right of okay, cool. What do you want to be removed? Because we're not trying to portray anyone in any certain light or blindside, like you say, you know what I mean? So with everybody that we interview, we give them the right to watch the episode, and whatever they want removed, we always remove it. I mean, there's a politician I interviewed last week, and his episode is going up this Thursday, and he's asked for to watch the episode before it goes up, and we sent the episode to him, and he's going to tell us, he's going to come back and tell us what to remove, and we'll remove it, because that's what we do. We've done that part of the podcast, and we stay doing that.
MacG, I'm a why person. Why did you? Because you even said that you obviously tackle the topic of sex on your podcast quite often. I mean, it is called Podcast and Chill. There is an innuendo there, but you said you typically aren't that raw. Why with her?
Yeah,
and then additional. So I guess that's the first part, and then like seeing her being completely taken aback by that question, you kind of pushed through and kept going. Like, like as a podcaster, we pick up on like the clues and stuff. So I'm just a little curious as to why, and then the fact that you kept going.
Yeah, like I said, like when I heard that song where she's like is freely talking about sex, I was like, oh, okay, cool. I guess we can go there, And what I say is that normally I wouldn't say who's fucking you good right now. I'd probably say like who's servicing you right now, or like like find smart ways of how to ask the question without being so disrespectful. You know what I mean? And then the reason why I kept going, I thought like when I saw the video, I saw a reaction, I thought she forgot about that song and she forgot that she mentioned that. And then when she's like, oh yeah, maybe I did mention that. I thought it was cool, you know? And also like normally we do sit downs with celebrities face to face. It's never like virtual. So with virtual, it's very hard to pick up the vibes of what the person might be feeling, you know? And I think if we're doing the episode live, I would have picked up on that and I probably would have just moved right along and not even continue, you know? Because if you check the interview, I still continue to ask her, like, do you understand what I'm saying, you know? Because I couldn't really pick up what vibe she had going on. And I thought it wasn't so much of a big deal. Hence why when they said we must remove some of the stuff, we never took that part out because no one told us to and would have gladly.
What's my vibe right now?
Yeah, what's Rachel's vibe?
I couldn't even tell. I think Rachel looks like I bite my head off. I know I'm not a favorite person right now. That's for sure.
So, like, let me tell you what the issue is here, MacG.
Yeah.
Is we have a whole lot of black men out there, right? A whole lot of black men right there. What we're trying to do is foster a culture where we as black men understand how to appreciate, how to make space for, and how to grant safety to the women that we share our communities with and our world community with, right? Well, I got to call you out about something, man.
Yeah.
I got to call you out about the fact that you apologized to Ari, but then at the same time, you said that it was disingenuous what she was doing. I felt, let me tell you why I'm calling you out right now, brother, with love. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I'm calling you out because if you wanted to apologize to her sincerely for that question, making her feel bad, because to be honest with you, the reality is sometimes you got to apologize for shit you ain't even mean to do, right? That's a real thing. Yeah, sometimes you apologize for shit you ain't even mean to do. We all got to do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
But to apologize and then to come back and on the end of it, talk about the fact that you felt like she was capping a little bit and being a little bit disingenuous, it depowers your apology a little bit. Like, we can talk about what you feel like Ari and her team did. That's very fair. And we have a podcast where all the ideas, we're not afraid to run from any of them. But you saw what she went through on Twitter. You saw that she was embarrassed. That's one of our sisters. If you had to say something to her right now to make her feel better about the fact that she had an interaction with you that was unpleasant for her, like, what would you say?
Look, man, I'd say to her that I want to sincerely apologize for that question and how it made her feel and the aftermath of everything like that, everything that came after that interview dropped. Because to be honest with you, if you watch my podcast, I'm not a malicious person. I don't hate anyone. I don't hate women. Our podcast is very inclusive. I mean, I've got a network where we have a women podcast, you know. It's a podcast for women, by women, which lives under my network because we want to push that narrative of women having their own voice. You know, I mean, I was raised by a single mother. So I have the utmost respect for women. And I would like to genuinely apologize to Ari and any other women out there I might have offended with those comments, you know, because that's not what I'm about, you know. But, you know, with how things are right now, where people can just take small clips and post it on social media to push their narrative, you know, I felt it's important to come on a platform like this and apologize to whoever might have been offended, especially Ari Lennox.
Listen, I appreciate that. I mean, you know, you didn't have to apologize. You could have stood your ground. You're right. We saw a portion of the podcast, not the whole thing. It's not my apology.
Great interview. I watched the whole thing. Great interview. She's a great interviewer. They seemed like they were going back and forth. Cool. Like it was very, very fun to watch. I've watched several episodes of his podcast. I fuck with it. You know what I mean?
I hope
it's good
Ari
stuff.
hears your apology. I really do. And you're right. You're not malicious in anything that you try to do. I wondered, you know, what else, you obviously heard our reaction, but what other response have you gotten? I know, you know, Charlemagne said that he doesn't want to cancel. He wants to counsel. I'm curious if he reached out to you or if any other people reached out to you just about like the situation and how to move forward, or even a support to keep your head up, because I'm sure they were after you. I mean, I'm pretty sure I was after you on the podcast. So
Yeah, definitely. Charlemagne reached out to me, sent me a DM, and he was sharing the same sentiments that you just alluded to now, of wanting to counsel me and help me, because he said that, you know, he made some mistakes. He's been in my shoes before when he was younger, and he doesn't want me to go through the same road, you know, which I really appreciate, because you know, when you don't want to be malicious or you know, cause conflict with anybody, um, it's very crucial that you can get mentors like a Van Lathan or Charlemagne, you know, especially guys in the same space, you know, that can help you and make you a greater broadcaster. Because at the end of the day, that's what I strive for each and every day. And for me, it was a learning curve. And, you know, I hope it was a learning curve for other people as well, other podcasters that are coming, that are watching, because I think it's important. You know, I share every sentiment that everybody's been saying. Like, we got to protect our queens. We got to love them. We got to embrace them. We got to show them.
Word.
That's why we have female on the network, and we're the only ones doing that. You know, it's just that sometimes things are twisted in a way that can make garden, but we live and we learn. You know.
And to be honest with you, you know, that's the whole point of it. The whole point of it is we ain't perfect. We you know, people, things happen. You atone, you say what you gotta say, you move on, you do better. And something else, another reason why I'm glad we're talking, because as I saw on the internet, South Africa loves you, bruh. South Africa loves you so much. And this kind of turned into a South Africa versus United States thing. And I haven't been down there yet. You know what I mean? I haven't been down there yet to chill and to kick it with my real people. Well, actually, I'm Nigerian. You know, I'm actually Nigerian, but I haven't been down there to kick it with my real people yet. And I saw people going, the Americans better leave MacG alone. The Americans have their own problems. And I'm like, oh shit, we was all black just a couple of days ago, and now we the Americans. I'm like, wow, we got Ari's back, they got MacG's back. It was crazy. So it's all love right now. We still love South Africa. We love you, and we're hoping that we've been able to put this whole thing behind us, man, because you really do a good job on the podcast. And I thought that for the most part, even the interview with her was pretty dope. So hopefully you and her will be able to get in contact. Is that something that you're looking to do? Would you want to actually be able to speak with Ari Lennox again? And maybe you and her personally can get past this? Has there been any attempt for you to reach out to her? Has there been any attempt for her to reach out to you? Is there any possibility that you guys will get back together and maybe do something else, and maybe you guys could actually talk about this?
Yeah, definitely. I'd love that, man. I'd love that. Because, I mean, Ari Lennox is my sister, you know.
Yeah.
I grew fond, especially after the interview. We actually did that interview last year. And since I did the interview, I've been bumping her music. I didn't know her, like I said, until the interview. And then after that, I got into music, and I've been bumping it ever since. She's my sister, man. I love it to bits. Unfortunately, they haven't reached out. Neither have I. Because, like I said, it was through their label, I think University. Producer, and then we made that happen. But I'd love to have a sit down with her, or maybe, you know, do a space or Instagram live or whatever the case may be, you know?
Yeah. MacG, I mean, it is not easy. You don't know us like that. To come to Higher Learning, to you know what I mean? Like, you didn't know how we were going to approach you. You obviously heard how we talked about the situation on the podcast. We appreciate you for that. I just want to know, like Van said, he's never been to South Africa. I've never been to South Africa. Can we podcast and chill in South Africa? Like, where's our invite? When's the best time of year to come? We're there.
You got to come through, man. You know, you guys don't understand. We have so much love for you, man. Because most of us, I speak for like 90% of the young people in SA, we all grew up listening to hip hop, watching American movies, American influence, you know. Remember this time I got Lathan, I was watching the Kanye West thing where he was having a meltdown and at TMZ, and Van Lathan I was watching this, I'm like, fuck, I wish I could speak like this guy, because he's saying everything that was in my head, you know. And ever since that, I found new respect for him. I just recently watched the Academics interview you did the other day where you were calling out academics. I'm like, okay, this is a nigga that calls out people. All right, I see you.
And yet he still came on our podcast.
You know, so
Still came on.
So much.
MacG, very happy that you came on the podcast. I'm hope whatever issues that you guys have between the two teams, you guys can work them out, because it's the most important thing is that everybody knows that we're all good souls that want the best for one another. And you know what, bro? You know, when I come to South Africa, when Charlamagne and them went down there and they was playing with tigers and shit, that's not the South Africa I want. When I come down to South Africa, I want to get all those beautiful pictures that everybody got, hang out and all of that stuff. I don't want to go on those safaris and shit like that. I want to actually chill when I come down there. But man, I appreciate you for coming to have the conversation seriously, because the most important thing is, whether we wrong or right in the beginning, is that we can always know better so we can try to do better. And I think that you're doing that. And so I appreciate everything that you just kicked it with us with, brother, and talk to us about, man.
Thank you, man. And please tell Joe Budden I'm not a shock jock, dog. I'm a broadcaster. I've been longer than him, bro.
I ain't down with him. I'm not down with him.
Whoa. Hold on for a second. Joe has some smoke for you?
Yeah, man. He called me a shock jock, dog. And I've been broadcasting. I started on radio, I did radio for about 20 years. And then the station that you mentioned, 94.7, I don't work there anymore. They fired me. And then that's when I started my own podcast. So yeah, I'm a broadcaster by nature. And then I just fell in love with podcasting, you know?
Right.
Let them know. I want to say this too, MacG. South Africa has a huge bachelor population. I can't tell you how many people hit me up about The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. And y'all have y'all's own. You know what I'm talking about? Like, so many. It's a huge, after United States and Canada, it's South Africa.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and my woman loves it. She was actually telling me that you were the first bachelorette, I believe.
Black.
Yeah, first black bachelorette.
Yeah, that's my good.
Yeah, would you like to ask Rachel about her time in the fantasy suite, or are we going back down the wrong?
Hey, someone was fucking me good, MacG, in the fantasy suite.
Oh, Jesus Christ! That's enough.
I married him.
I didn't want to know that. I was just chilling with the guy yesterday.
I married him.
Thank you for coming on the show, man. I'm gonna reach out to you, and I want to come on your podcast literally within the next couple of weeks. I want to come kick it with y'all, man. So we really appreciate you coming on. Seriously, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Ben. Really appreciate it, man. All the best, God.
So guys, MacG profusely apologized about what he said, but other people were really not happy about that, but others were happy. So other tweets are saying this Ari Lennox interview with MacG proves that artists feed us vile language and culture that they themselves refuse to consume, as long as they make money that they happy for us to consume, but not when it affects their image. So everyone is so surprised about how she actually reacted. Others are saying, what a misogynist about asking Ari Lennox if she had good sex, since she loves to sing about sex in the first place. MacG asked what she wrote and sang, because MacG actually took the question from her song. Now we really don't understand, why is she acting up? Maybe then, yes, really did take an offense. Other trips are saying that MacG exposed Ari Lennox. She doesn't write her own songs, and she doesn't understand the meaning of what she sings. Can you order food and not recognize your meal when it arrives? So really, because in her interview, she was surprised that she actually said that in her song, because from her it seemed like MacG maybe just had the question. However, MacG took the question from her song. So now she really felt offended, and now that's why MacG is apologizing, guys. Maybe then, yes, it's okay for apologizing because she took an offense, but not really apologizing about what she said. So yes, B says Ari Lennox on her song titled Pressure, I am tough, cookie baby, come on, he's the right spot, said you better. MacG, is someone fucking you good now? So everyone is buzzing, but he is actually asking something that is in her song, but seems like she really forgot. So others are saying, yeah, Ari Lennox calling us peasants does not take away from the fact that MacG violated her and abused his power. MacG is still a crap human being for how he treats women. IEG. So it seems like, as MacG says, people just watch a clip and then they took they actually took their own understanding from that clip. However, everything originated upheld by her response, because they're saying Ari Lennox is complaining about MacG because of something she said herself on her own song. So it's not disrespectful to sing about nasty stuff and sell your music to people, including children, but it's wrong being asked about it. So what are your thoughts, Mzansi, about how Ari Lennox responded and the hate now between Americans and South Africans? But then he did apologize, guys. Please write down below your thoughts. Please don't forget to do the Lord's work, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.